Hey everybody, it's Monday night and it was a beautiful day here where I live today. So I hope it was beautiful where you are as well. Welcome to another Facebook Live, Tea with Tea. I'm actually finishing up a little bit of decaf coffee this evening, which as I was coming up to do this and I realized, oh, I'm drinking this tonight, I thought it's a little bit ironic because it was really warm here today. And for Sculpt tonight, I told my class that it was going to be an extra warm experience for me and my husband doing Sculpt tonight because it was super warm today, but it's not really time to turn on the AC yet. So we were outside a lot today and it was warm. And then we did this extra warm yoga sculpt tonight and got super sweaty. And now here I am drinking a warm drink for our time together. So I don't know. Of course, it's not as warm as it was now. Now it's kind of just lukewarm decaf coffee. But let me know when you hop on and when you get going here with us, what you're having this evening, how your day was, or where you're watching from. Maybe that might be fun to see. And the subject for tonight is a little bit lighthearted. I don't know if it's because I know I'm not going to see you all for a little while yet in person in the studio, so I feel like I won't be awkward talking about this now with you, or what it is, or maybe I'm just feeling a little bit cheeky here. But I thought it might be a good idea to clear the air, so to speak, about one of the concerns that I think people sometimes have about coming to class in the studio. And it is the concern about what if I make some bodily noises? And the number one fear, of course, is farting in class. And it's not the only bodily noise that people are a little bit worried that they're going to make, but I would say it's probably the top worry. And here's the truth: it happens a lot. It really does. It's a thing. And the the good news is it's okay, right? You don't want to keep that in, first of all. And I realize, I mean, it's happened to me in class too. It has. I'll admit it. It's a natural thing. What else is going to happen? What are we going to do? But here's the good news. So, yes, it is a thing. It very well could happen, but it's not a big thing. I know that the person who it happens to has a degree of embarrassment. I think that's just a factor, and there's no getting around that. You might flush, you might be like, oh my gosh, how loud was that? Everybody heard it. But no one in class reacts. No one giggles. We're not in middle school in the lunchroom. No one comments. We just continue on because it's a natural part of being alive, right? And it's a fairly common experience in a class. And so if you come consistently, if this is a worry of yours, first of all, I guess I hope you notice or hear it happen. I hope it's me. I hope I do it. And then you'll realize, oh, yeah, okay, that happened and nobody like acted. I don't know if I really hope it'll be me, but I hope you somehow get a sense that it's it's a thing that happens, but it's not a thing that attracts any attention. And there's other noises too. I'll have people say like, "Oh my gosh, my stomach was growling so loudly in Shavasana, the final pose that we do in class, and I'm sure other people heard it." And more often than not, someone next to them will say like, "Oh, I didn't hear anything." All the time, I think the noises we hear our body make sound way louder to us than they do to anybody else. The the gurgling of the stomach, a burp, a cough, our farts, like all these types of things that our body does. For example, I think maybe the reason this came to mind for me to talk about tonight was I think it was my Saturday morning class last week. And I was queuing, we were going along, and I keep in mind now that we are doing virtual classes online through Zoom, I'm mic'd. The mic is like right here, right in front of my mouth. And some bizarre sound kind of like gurgled up from my throat and sounded super loud to me. And I, of course, imagine that it went right into the mic and was super loud to everybody who took class. No one said anything to me after. Um, Maybe if you were in Saturday's class and you heard it, you can comment. And, at first I'm like, oh my gosh, but what am I going to do? Our bodies make weird noises, right? And it was in the morning. I hadn't had breakfast. I just had some coffee. Who knows, right? What the noise was or what it emanated from. And so be it, right? It's a natural part of life. And I guess the best news is right now with uh, the concerns of COVID-19, we are practicing at home. We're doing virtual classes and they're via Zoom, and your mic is muted. And so now is maybe the best time to jump in and start taking public classes live because no one's going to hear you or your bodily noises, right? You can practice safely from your home, and especially if it's new, you'll see how your body kind of responds. There are poses where we twist, there are poses where we pull things in. Like I'm thinking about boat pose, right, where we pull the knees in and we sit tall. Those poses that are more prone for maybe the bodily noises to occur, and you can see, right, how you respond if the concerns are warranted, or if you're like, okay, it might happen on occasion, but I can go to the studio, so that you're ready for when we get to go back to the studio. And if you've started practicing with me at home and you don't live where I do, I also think I'm going to keep doing virtual classes even when I can go back into the studio. I haven't figured out what all of it's going to look like yet, but it's really been fun and really nice to have practices with multiple states involved. I had someone from the East Coast last week, and it was super fun to have this eclectic group of people in community together. And so we'll see what things look like as the spring and summer continues, but be looking forward to that. So you can keep your bodily noises to yourself at home if you need to. And all of us can for a little bit longer, but I just thought it might be fun to own that, to talk about that, and to just say it's okay. Wind is a natural force, and so it's going to do what it's going to do. So thank you for coming, sharing a little tea with tea, and I wish you a wonderful evening and wonderful week ahead.